So I'm very happy to introduce Ricardo Triani, who's a licensed mental health counselor. And Ricardo is going to be talking to us about accelerated resolution therapy. And this is something, Ricardo, you've been working with us for about 2 years at New Creation now?
Yes, New Creation, yeah.
And he's been working a lot longer than that. He's older than he was, but but what a blessing and what a help to so many of our patients who have felt stuck with not being able to talk something out, people who have felt compelled to stay in difficult relationships, people who have been stuck with PTSD events that they can't get over. This is a really great tool. So, Ricardo.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Ricardo Triani. Yeah? Okay. My whole family is Italian, Brazilian. I have family in both countries, so I can speak English with Italian accent. I can speak English with Portuguese accent, but I cannot speak English without accent. Okay. So if you don't understand me, just be merciful. Just like shake your head. You poker face. You're doing interesting. So a little things about me. I'm here in this country for 20 years. I'm married for 20 years. I have a daughter. She's 15 years old, and she's beautiful like her mom. I keep my knees on the ground, say, Lord, have mercy on me. She's 15. No? But she's a blessed girl. Okay? I did hospice for 14 years of my life as a bereavement counselor and as a chaplain. I just became a civilian again. I received my Air Force discharge two days ago. So after serving the Air Force as a chaplain and counselor, now I'm a civilian again. I was like, I'm too mourning that transition yet. I didn't understand yet. I'm a volunteer at the fire department in Merrimack, Mass, as a chaplain there too. And I'm working as a mental health for many, many years. Okay? So this is a little bit of me. But today I'm going to talk about accelerated resolution therapy, ART, healing trauma with eye movement. And for us to understand ART, when I start to understand trauma, what is trauma, right? Trauma is the body response or mind response to overwhelming experience. Physical, verbal, sexual, visual, emotional, or neglected, okay? For example, my wife 2 weeks ago, someone rear-ended her car at 495. She's okay, she's fine, gonna fix the car. And then 2 days ago, she called me, she was driving it. She said to me, oh, I'm shaking now. I say, why are you shaking, honey? I just passed by through the accident. So those visual, right, trigger her brain trigger her emotions in her body, right? So common reactions, flashbacks, hypervigilia, avoidance, emotional memory, dissociation, trauma memories can remain stuck in the brain, causing distress, right? So, for example, I was driving with my daughter, passing by to a cemetery, right? And we talk a lot. I mean, she's talking, right? And I'm listening. And then say, honey, just a break. You know these people here that in the cemetery? Say, yes. They're still talking. Daddy, you're silly. They are dead. Yes, honey. But their images, their voice, is still make people feel comfortable or uncomfortable. She said, it makes sense, right? And some trauma memories can remain stuck in the brain, causing distress, right? That replaying the same images, replaying and replaying and replaying, could be a smell, could be whatever you think it is. For example, got a smell, right? I had this patient, her father was alcoholic, likes to drink beers all day long, abused her verbally and physically, emotionally. And then she grew up and then she found a boyfriend, right? And then her first kiss in her boyfriend, guess what? That the smell and the of the beer. And that smell just triggered her for the body response. And she started shaking and have anxiety. And she said, I can't do this. I can't have any relationship with you. Why? Because of the smell. of the beer. You know, I have trauma, PTSD from my father. Okay, so let's keep going. Impact of trauma. Yes, this sense of safety and control. Put some things on radar for us to read together. For example, feeling shaking, crying right after accident, being unable to concentrate for a few hours after hearing bad news, having nightmares, the first nights after an assault, feeling tense, scanning environment, or jump at loud noises, all the time. So affects mood, relationship, sleep, and work. Person cannot be functional anymore. Cannot. It's paralyzing. It creates like a recurring intrusive distress images. This happened like 2-3 weeks ago, right, with Charlie Kirk. And those two students, Alexis Narciso and Marjorie Holt, right? He was like 10 feet from Kirk when the shot was fired. Said he now experienced flashbacks when he heard loud noises like bangs or honking horns. Another student said she cannot sleep anymore, had insomnia. Physically, her aches and feels a lot of emotional weight, so she was so shaky she went home rather than stay on campus. This is how trauma impacts our life. And if you are here today, and if you are a human being, you have trauma. Well, some people have deeper trauma, some people have like a superficial trauma, but you do have trauma in your minds. Okay, so what is happening when your brain smell, feel, or taste or thought triggers the brain for the images, and then the brain sends all the signals to your body, and you feel that thing in your stomach, the dry mouth, the hands are shaking, that knot in your, in your throat, right? Your heart starts beating. This is the impact of trauma. So let's keep going. Okay, so what is art? Okay, it's evidence-based therapy for trauma and stress. What does that mean? That ART can reframe past experience, is rapid memory resolution, can short-term trauma therapy, can fast emotional healing. So, and use rapid eye movements, REM sleep, to replace trauma images. You know when you're sleeping, and your eyes under your eyelid start moving back and forth, right? We do the same thing, but we are awake. You follow my hand, and your eyes go back and forth. You're processing all those bad images, all the trauma, with new images, with a new scenario that you create. Okay? Clients keep full control of the process. Your brain do all the work. I just guide you. Nothing more than that. Your brain do all the work. You need to show your brain the problem. When you show your brain the problem, right, your brain will redirect to you for the new images that you need in order to move forward. What's the focus? Replace the stress images with positive ones, right? So this is the ART principles. Memory isn't erased, but the emotional reaction is changed. Our slogan for ART is keep the knowledge, but you lose the pain. The knowledge, you have it. Okay, that happens. Never gonna change in your life. But you're gonna lose the pain. Okay? Fast results. Often with 1 to 5 sessions, the trauma is gone. There's a self-disclosure now. Okay, when I was 19 years old, 2 years ago, right? 2 years, yeah, 2 years, not 3. I'm teasing, almost 30 years ago. My best friend, he killed himself in front of me. He put a bullet in his head and he died in my arms, right? And I had that trauma, the image, the sound, the smell, the smoke, the sirens and people. I could not function anymore. I was in pain, deep pain, lost. And that image, stuck in my mind and all the time, and play again. Moving forward, right? When I went to Connecticut to do the ART training with Lenny, she was the inventor of the ART, and she asked, someone had a trauma here, want to do ART? I just said, it's me, Please, I'm your client right now. One session, that image is gone from my brain. I know that happens, but I cannot see it anymore. I cannot see the smoke and the gun and the blood. I cannot see it. I know that happens. I know what is happening. I was there, but it's not in my brain anymore about it. I recreate a new image. Now what I see, me and him have a barbecue and talk and laughing. What a good image. See, I'm smiling when I talk about that. Before I talk about that, I was crying, shaking. My heart was like, whoo, out of my mouth. Okay? So it's no traumatizing. Client doesn't need to share every detail. This is the fun part. You don't need to tell me anything about your trauma. Can you believe that? I have patients that come to me, and until today, I don't know what is happening. Didn't say a word about the trauma, about the new scenario, about the sensation, nothing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So how does ART work? Okay, I will pinpoint some things how ART works for you to understand from the beginning until the end. Okay, first of all, sensation, right? When you come to me, I'm gonna ask you about the sensation. With a pair of hands, blah blah blah, and then people say I'm having like anxiety right now to start a new therapy or to try it. And you move all the sensations away to start. Okay? As soon as we move the sensations away, then we're gonna go for the first time. We're gonna see your scenario. I'm gonna ask you. You need to see your scenario right now. What is happening with beginning, middle, and end, like a scene in a movie, right? Just watch it for the first time, and then the person start watching the scenario in their mind while doing the eye movements, right? And then as soon as he finishes, we move the sensations away again, right? And then I'm going to ask him to revisit the same scenario again. And the funny thing, when a client, we can call client, a person, patient, sees for the second time the scenario, he sees differently. Could be slow, faster, less details, more details, could be fuzzy, right? And some people, when you see the second time, they see the scenario outside of. As they are watching a scenario, they're watching a movie without being participating anymore. Okay? Second time. And then comes the fun part, the director, right? Here, this part, everything is possible. Just like a dream. You can change your scenario any way you like. Whoa! Huh? How cool is that? You can have new images, new sounds, new smell. I have this client once, he came with a scenario, say, I don't want to change the images. I say, okay, so why are you here? Right? Right, the ART. I just want to change the smell. I say, interesting. Yeah, just that smell, that from scenario, that still, I can handle. Say, okay, let's go and change the smell. And boom, through the end of the ART session, the smell was changed. Now he's feeling the vanilla, the flower, lilies, right? Lilies, flower. Now he feels like he can smell the lily flowers in that scenario. God created this very powerful, It's not me. I can do nothing for you. Okay, only Him can do it. And through Him, He creates this here to process all the images in order for you to move forward. Happy, health, and healed for His grace, for His glory. Okay? So, after you change your scenario as a director, what do I mean director? Director has all the power about the movie, right? He take away from actors, put another one, change the scene, put another one, the music, change everything, all the good things. Then you're gonna check sensations, positive, negative, and neutral. If you still have any of those sensations. If it's positive sensations, we're going to we spread the good sensations in your whole body. If it's neutral or negative, we're going to move away those sensations with ART. Okay? And after that, we do the transfer. I'm going to ask you for you to look back again to see if you can see the first scenario, the original one, or the director one. Not the facts, only the images. Okay? And people say, oh, I still can see both, right? It's okay. Then I do the transfer. I'm going to ask you to go back, for the first scenario. And every time you see the old scenario, you change the channel for the new one that you created, just to reinforce the director one. Okay? And then after that, we do the out process snapshots. After we reinforce the director one, I will ask again to go back to the old scenario like a detective. You know detective? You know? Detective? Yeah? Yeah, this is what we're doing right there. Doc, thank you very much. Right? Just to see if you can still see any snapshots left behind. Any image left behind from your old scenario. Okay? And people said to me always, oh, I still have one negative image or two. Okay, then we're gonna erase and replace that. We're just gonna erase that image. We're gonna paint over. We're gonna replace for a new image that your brain will pick at the moment. Okay? And after you change all these images, after you erase all those snapshots left behind, after you put a new images upon those snapshots, I'm going to create a file in bonfire. Okay? What do you mean about that? I'm going to ask you for you to go back on time and to invite your early selves. To have a problem with that situation. Sometimes that trauma happens when you're 15, 14, 20, 19, whatever is the age. Okay? For you to have a problem with situation, to create a bonfire, a fire with box, reading like scenarios on the fire. Just create a huge fire and then to burn it or to explode, make it disappear, right? Some people, they use a lot of imagination about that. Some people say, oh, and I ask how you did it about the bonfire, right? About the pie. He said, oh, I have a volcano and I drop everything in the volcano. I say, okay, good. Another day, a pastor said to me, oh, I make like magic. I saw myself doing this and then disappear. I say, okay, the important thing is to make it disappear. You and your early selves helping you to deal with that situation from that moment. Okay? After that, we do the reinforcement, right? Return to the actual image and strengthen with repetition eye movement. I'll ask you to go back again for your future scenario that you create to see if there are any anxiety left behind, right? You're going to reinforce the new images on you. The same thing. I'm going to ask you to see yourself in the future, just to check if you can still have any anxiety. For example, that day that I had the ART about what is happening with my friend in the past, that night to say, if that works, I'm going to expose myself. We call exposed therapy, right? Before, I could not see blood anymore, or war movies, or nothing like that. I was at the hotel, put a war movie, say, I'm gonna see if this thing, this therapy will help me or not. Oh my goodness, a lot of guns, a lot of, fight and blood and blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Say, okay, good. So no more anxiety left behind, right? No more anxiety left behind. Confidence scale. After you remove all the anxiety, you're gonna check your confidence. If you're confident that you change you made will last. Okay? If you still have any or seed of doubt, right? We call seeds of doubt. A small seed. And I'm gonna ask you to give that seed to an animal of your choice, or to plant a tree and see all the fruits come out, or you plant the seed and see the flowers come out, just to make something good with that seed of doubt. Okay? Moving forward. This is the finale, the grande finale. Tan, 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 tan. Oh, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. Right? The bridge and fountain, or waterfall, whatever you feel like it, right? The bridge represents the past and the future. You're gonna cross the bridge. We're gonna throw away all the ashes or crumbs that left behind. You're gonna see yourself now in the future without this problem. You know, you're gonna see yourself, and also you can bring all your early selves with you over the bridge, if you like it, for your new future that now is in the past. Okay? And the fountain. I love the fountain, right? A lot of water to wash over you, bringing peace and closure, or for you to drink from the fountain, or for you just to go and bring back that child that was abused, cannot, you know, or never could play anymore, or had an opportunity to see it, to be a child. So, in here we have the closure, right? Then we have a moment to breathe, just to regulate the O2 in our brain, our body, for 2 or 5 minutes. Just breathe. And after that, the person is good to go without any more images from that scenario that she or he can to be treated. So what are the benefits of ART? Reduce trauma symptoms, PTSD, anxiety, depression, fear of speaking in public. Okay, you can remove all that fear. You're not going to remember anymore that you need to speak in public. Okay, all that, you know, that thing in your chest. Whoops, almost lost. Right? Restore sense of control and safety. Is quick, gentle, and effective. And for more information about ART, this is my phone number, this is my email. You can call me, text me, email me. Okay.